began to sigh. Looked up at the sky, told the moon his little tale of woe. Oh, shine on, orange moon, up in the sky. I ain't had no love since April, January, June, or July. No time, ain't no time to stay. I'll go to school, so shine on, orange moon, for me and my gal. You know, honey, I just love you. I don't call that loving, keeping me out here in the dark. I'm afraid. Well, you better embrace these golden opportunities, for the atmosphere will soon be very chilly. I never thought of that. Oh, please, Mr. Moon, come out and shine, 'cause you know that no time, ain't no time to stay. I'll go to school, so shine on, orange moon, for me and my
Hello, Shug the Known here. Welcome back to Bioshock Infinite Burial at Sea. Today is the 5th of July, 2022, local time 11:40. Yesterday we started this bad boy up, and we did most of it. I think, like a good chunk of it. So this might be a pretty short session today. I think within 1 to 2 hours. I don't really remember exactly, but I don't think it'll be the longest session. But I think it'll be a lot of fun. I think it's going to be pretty wild. So just to kind of recap what we did yesterday in Burial at Sea, we actually start out playing as Booker DeWitt in Rapture in 1958. And Elizabeth shows up and she's like, I'm going to help you find this girl Sally that you feel all this remorse over and everything because she died, right? Or at least you presume that she's dead. And Elizabeth says, I know where we can go to get her back. So we end up, through the help, I guess, of Sander Cohen, we end up going down into the sunken department store that belonged to Fontaine. That's basically what Andrew Ryan did to get rid of Fontaine. He sunk the department store and trapped them all inside of it with no way to get back up to Rapture or leave. So we end up taking a bathysphere down there, and we're kind of just kind of running the course. Like, we got to get plasmids and like work our way through like puzzles, freezing water and stuff to navigate. Ultimately, we find Sally. We have to close some vents off, and we try to smoke her out. Like, we heat up the vents and try to get her to come out, and a Big Daddy attacks. So we fight the Big Daddy, and then Elizabeth is basically confronting us about what happened and what the deal with Sally is. And basically, she calls out this Booker DeWitt as actually being a version of Comstock. At least that's how I read it. It's confusing. She does call him Comstock, I believe, though. That he was like the final version of Comstock, and he tried to escape his sins, if you will, by, I guess reverting back to the title of Booker DeWitt and fleeing to Rapture. So he called on the Lutesses to help him out, and he goes to Rapture, and he's just going to live as a normal dude or whatever, right? But what kind of sins are we talking about? In that reality, when the Anna DeWitt deal was happening, and he was selling her off, basically, when all that was going on, that version of her ended up not losing her finger, but losing her head, so she just straight up died. And Elizabeth said that she could feel every version of herself, and she could feel all that pain and everything. It's like, I lost a pinky, but that one lost everything. So she was kind of doing that out of just vengeance and almost malice, if you will. So after that, it turns out we go into part 2, and we're in Paris as Elizabeth. It's all like idyllic and perfect, but we see Sally and everything kind of gets dark and everything, and then boom, she's in rapture. And she's questioning how she got there. And we see the dead Booker slash Comstock, and we actually get approached by Atlas, who we know is Fontaine, from having played Bioshock, and the little review of Bioshock that the game gives us, we know that's Fontaine. So Elizabeth does not, but we know that. And the dead Booker is basically talking to Elizabeth and helping guide her, but it's really like herself. It's really like her mind and the memories that she has that are like guiding her. And it turns out that she also ended up getting, well, I failed to mention one thing. When Elizabeth and Booker, when they found Sally, the big daddy that they fought got back up and actually killed Booker. So, or Comstock, whatever we want to call him. So he died, but it turns out Elizabeth also got killed by that big daddy. And she finds her body, and she starts to freak out a little bit, and she realizes that her pinky is whole. She's no longer missing that part of her pinky. And she starts to realize that she can't see all the tears. She's lost her powers, basically, and she's now just a normal person. And as we've learned throughout the course of Burial at Sea so far, she made that choice, basically. She doesn't remember it, but she made the choice because she basically left Sally there to die because she was doing what she did out of like malice for that version of Comstock, rather than like, and she was like, I don't care about Sally. She used Sally as a tool, and she had a lot of like remorse for it and everything, and she ended up going back, you know, and the Lutesses told her, if you do this, you have to give up basically everything, you know, you're gonna lose all your powers and everything, and she was willing to accept that. So we've been going through this department store and everything as Elizabeth, stealthing around Metal Gear style, and the last major thing that we did, we spent a lot of time trying to repair. We found basically a Lutece device. We've been learning all about the ties between Fink and Suchong, and how Suchong was able to see through tears himself and see Fink making all these developments and everything. We even heard about Fink was able to imprint Songbird on Elizabeth, and Suchong wanted to use those ideas for himself, so he wanted to steal those ideas. But Suchong also kind of stole the ideas of the drinkable plasmids from Fink. So there's a lot of like back and forth going on there. And we actually found a Lutece device, and we need to go back to Columbia. And we actually kind of just stepped into Columbia, and we stepped into it at an interesting time. And I'm failing right now. That's the one thing I'm missing on why we had to go back to Columbia. But actually, I think it's related to this. So our overall objective kind of from the start is, or one of our big overall objectives is, in order to spare her life, she's agreed to, as well, not so much spare her life, but spare Sally. She's agreed to help Atlas, who wants to get back up to Rapture proper, right? And like right at the beginning, Atlas had shown up and he stole Sally and he's threatening to kill her, but Elizabeth is like, I can help you get back to Rapture through Suchong, and you know, that's kind of what we've been trying to do, is figure out how to get him back to Rapture. And there's all this talk about like an ace in a hole and everything, and we need to get some information on that back from Columbia. So that's kind of what we're about to check out. We ended up in Columbia in the First Lady airship, so that's actually where we ended up when we went through the tear at the Lutece device. So let's see what that has in store for us. I probably could have done a little bit of a better recap, but there's a lot going on, and I'm doing my best. I was tired yesterday. I probably would have beat this, but I had a pretty wicked headache. It actually didn't really get better, but I ended up going to bed like with the headache, and now it's like gone. It was still there in the morning, but it's gone now. So I'm feeling a lot better. Hopefully that was, I mean, between like caffeine withdrawals and like cleaning chemicals yesterday and going back into ketosis, I mean, that might not be the last one for a bit, but hopefully that's going to be like the worst of it. Because I'll probably start really hitting ketosis late today. So there might be, you know, what they call the keto flu. I hate the word keto though. But there'll probably be what they call the keto flu kicking in soon. And we'll continue from yesterday. Never thought I'd come back to Colombia, let alone to that exact moment. All right. Yeah, we see this.
Look. We're on the First Lady.
Dress worn by our First Lady. That's right, we need the quantum particle. Because the idea is that we kept, like, we want to get him back to Rapture. I mean, I don't know if we really want to, but it's the bargain to get Sally back. So we want to be able to get him back to Rapture, and the idea is if this quantum particle can raise us, can make a city float, or, you know, can make a city fly, it can also raise one from the bottom of the ocean.
It can't be this easy. The First Lady Mark II was built around a particle lift system just like all the buildings in the city. I read all about it in the Columbian Scientific. The particle seated at the top of the structure must be up that lift. Perfect.
And I would say this actually... Oh, wait.
Technology just to float an airship. Comstock never heard of hydrogen.
The First Lady Mark I did run on hydrogen, and it was destroyed by a single bullet from a Vox sniper. Unfortunately, the Prophet wasn't on board at the time.
It also answers a lot of questions, potentially, because... if Fontaine was sunk to the bottom of the ocean and was not in Rapture proper, how was he in Rapture when Jack came through in Bioshock? So this seems to be tying that in a bit. But we recognize that dress because that's the one that Elizabeth ends up wearing. We've seen 2 copies of it in the game now. Because there was one in the store where she, like, changed clothes.
If I take the active particle, then the First Lady is just a 40-ton paperweight. Best to take the spare.
Where's the active? I'm just curious. Is it, like... I'm gonna do it.
Here we go. Now let's head back through that tear.
You honestly expect Atlas to honor his side of the deal?
Nope.
No, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
How do you plan on handling Atlas? He ain't just some spliced-up maniac.
He'll make a mistake. I just have to be ready to take advantage of it when it happens.
All for a girl you barely know.
How well did you know me when you came to Columbia?
Why can't I open the door? Let's try the tear.
Pretty lady not finished yet.
What? Open the tear.
Power for device very expensive. Tit for tat.
Just tell me what you want.
Such a wonder something is simple. Lock of hair.
Oh, you're not serious.
Not your hair, stupid. Think has a secret life. Mothballed, forgotten. In there, hair sample. In jar. Cannot miss it. You get for suture. Then everybody friends.
Where's his lab?
Closed off, past Sphinx quarters. You smart lady, you find.
And that's why we can't go through.
Should've seen that one coming.
And that's why we can open this door. Little spoiler alert. You know it's Bioshock, it's never that easy.
Vox Populi. We must have arrived right in the middle of the siege.
That means the other you and I are probably inside the factory. On our way up to the First Lady.
And what happens if we run into ourselves?
We won't.
How do you know that?
Because we didn't. Yeah. Ironsides. Oh.
Press to generate a bullet-snatching shield that places ammo into your gun.
Okay. I mean, ammo's so limited on here, but whatever. Alright, what do we want to do then? Am I being dumb? We go left? Oh yeah, we can. Not going back up there.
And you done me good service, but I will not hurt the boy. I will see Fink and Comstock burn, but I will not hold the son to account for the deeds of his father.
You've misunderstood us.
We neither asked you to harm the child.
Nor did we promise that yours would be the hand that would set Comstock's world afire.
A famous man once said,
And a famous man shall say,
I may reach the mountaintop.
but I fear I shall never visit the valley below.
But you mean I won't live to see the... No.
It's up to you what matters more.
Your part in the play?
Or the play itself.
Someone is coming.
She'll arrive a girl.
She must leave. A woman.
And what makes the difference between a girl and a woman?
Blood.
Your part in the play.
Or the play itself.
Turn her into a killer? How?
Give the girl no choice.
And she will be forced to make one.
Okay then. The Lutesses are definitely involved. A lot more than we initially thought. Oh, there's some interesting dialogue there. She'll arrive a girl, she must leave a woman. And what makes someone a woman? Blood. Well, I was thinking sex, but no, I'm joking. I'm gonna say some people would say that. Come on, let's get him. I didn't even see that one. Okay, we got a couple over this way.
As written in the people's voice, such is the fate.
We got a bunch this way.
Hoarders and exploiters. Those who had all will have nothing. Those who idled shall toil.
Say it!
Long live Daisy Fitzroy. Long live the Vox Populi. The cause justifies all actions against us. It is our time.
Again! No surrender!
Oof. No, not really. I'm mad that that alerted them. I thought they wouldn't see me.
Who done this? Someone about? Here I come!
Bop.
You can't hide forever, love.
I don't know. I mean, I could try.
I'll find that piggy.
So I don't actually have to go after this one. If my goal is this way. Okay, let's see. Lockpicks. Don't mind if I do. Alright, let's get up to the objective.
We abide neither dilly-dalliers nor malingers. Address your order promptly.
Is that other one gonna notice? Not yet.
Barely killed anyone all day.
Dude, they're so dumb. Free lockpick. Yep. What do we have here? Who's this by? That is Daisy Fitzroy.
Yeah, there's a war coming. You can smell it in the air. Fear, hatred, people dying every day. But how many more will suffer if we rise up? Violence begets violence, I know this. I've seen this. The rational mind argues for a peaceful solution to find a common ground, but what common ground is there to find for a father who watches his child bleed out in the street? How'd he deny him his vengeance? I know that fire that burns deep inside. I know it all too well. And when the time comes, will I be able to stay to hand?
Is this really not pickable? That's bizarre. You want us to go that way, so we're gonna go the other ways first if possible. This is gonna be a very controversial opinion, but this is almost my favorite gameplay. It's got some shortcomings. Ammo and stuff is way too limited, like I've complained about that already. But this is almost my favorite gameplay for it. The stealth option, which I know not everyone liked the way it was executed, but the stealth almost makes it feel like more of a traditional immersive sim, like Deus Ex or something, where you get to, where you have a lot of options in how you approach things. In my opinion, in my view, it kind of really helps this game. Really helps this DLC. Stealth was always kind of there, but it's more executed, it's more well executed here, I think. Again, maybe controversial, but before you just have like some tonics or some gear that would be like, if you melee an enemy, you do more if you like melee an unsuspecting enemy, you do more damage. It's like, okay. The like actual knockouts and stuff, and the ability to like muffle your landings when you jump and all that, like there's things that actually make the stealth a little bit more functional.
Think.
This is kind of cool.
A giant clock.
Sort of. Looks like the mechanism unlocks certain activities when Fink gives his blessing.
So what? We're stuck waiting for the cuckoo to go off?
No, there's a slot for some kind of key for manual winding. We've just gotta find that.
I like these cutaway, like, diagrams type scenes.
Lock down a few doors.
Yo, if there's one thing Fink loves, it's a lot of work.
That's true. Hey, it's actually sleep time. That doesn't seem like Fink. Is this going to be Fink? No, it's Lutece.
Our current state of being, or lack thereof, has left my brother unfulfilled. The biological urge to leave one's mark is strong, and it is not an impossibility. We could instantiate ourselves back in Columbia, return to an old life for the possibility of creating new. But we died in that world. Returning would mean giving up part of us, ourselves. We'd become flesh and all that it is heir to. The mysteries of the universe would become once again mysteries.
Okay, so that's interesting. They seem to be talking about doing something similar to Elizabeth and saying, you know, I'll give up. We can give up all of our powers and stuff. So I don't know what she meant by instantiate ourselves in Columbia. It's like instantiate in computer science terms is like creating and actually like creating an instance of a class or something that you defined, like bringing it into existence, if you will. So I mean, maybe what she's saying is like they died in Columbia, in this world. There's also like millions or potentially infinite amounts or infinite Columbias. So I don't know why they couldn't go to another Columbia. I guess there's questions there, but also,
We've got the clock key.
Was she talking about procreation? Did I hear that right? Be worth re-listening to, maybe. So I don't know which one we need to go into, but I want to try them all. Oh no, we need to go into work. Yeah, stop us here. Good. Yeah. So we don't need to go into prayer. Absinthe. Yeah, I'm not going to drink that. Absinthe is pretty good, in my opinion, but it's not for everybody. And it doesn't work too well if you don't drink alcohol. Able profit untold profit. Untold rewards await the faithful in eternity. In eternity. Zachary Hale Comstock. So we have the sword. I don't see any graffiti on it. The key. Lachari? You did... You old shyster. Sure to impress the rubes. You give the sales pitch. I'll provide the snake oil. Okay. We have the word of the prophet with a dagger in it. I'm tired of that glowing. I don't care if it hurts me. Is this really all that's in here? Nothing showed up when I did that, really. Okay. That's kind of loud on my end. Right, we're in the leisure side. Or leisure. Cost evaluation. Why injectables? Drinkable plasmids require 10 times the atom that injectables do. Injectables are the clear economic choice. Repackaging will result in significant atom usage savings. 10 times atom required. They're saying no to drinkables. Notes: lower cost, less atom usage, tougher shell, faster effect, reuse glass. New adverts required. Oh, new adverts required. And then we have some equations. This is Fink.
Sea slugs. Goddamn sea slugs. Could that Oriental have come up with a more inconvenient fuel for his plasmids? If there is a God, and I've seen more evidence to the contrary than in support, you'd think he'd have put Adam into the belly of a nice little seagull or crow. The cost of all these underwater expeditions are murdering my margins.
So he was getting his own Adam. Like, he discovered Adam through the tears, through spying on Suchong. And then he was having his own expeditions underwater to collect it. Kinetoscope seized from the graveyard shift bar.
As to the matter of religion, let me place myself in the camp of the agnostic. I pretend to understand the mysteries of the infinite no more than you, Comstock, or anyone else for that matter. But for the sake of argument, let's say this is all one unhappy accident, and we are all alone in our toils. Then who would Comstock use to control and shame us with rules that apply only to those with not a penny in their pocket? If there were no God, you could rest assured the first deed done by the first rich man would be inventing him.
I like that. If there were no God, then the first thing the first rich man would do is invent him, basically. Because he can be used to control people. I also like all those references to Garden of Earthly Delights. I forget the artist's name, but that's a really cool painting. Loudness.
Good. Now to get that idiot his lock of hair.
Listen, I got you your guns. I'm here for my airship.
But my Booker DeWitt died for the Vox Populi. You either an imposter or a ghost. My Booker DeWitt was a hero to the cause, a story to tell your children. You just complicate the narrative.
It's pretty wild, isn't it?
Look, are you there? I miss you. You were the only one who ever... You were my only friend. Booker.
I'm not even here. I'm a projection of your own.
Could you humor me then? Please.
I think Booker would miss you.
Damn, game, don't make me sad right now. That shit hit me. For real. What is this man doing going back and forth like that? Ah!
Hunt you down! Where did she go? Damn it. What's going on?
Alright, that used a lot of Eve, but we made it. Don't you dare. What saw me? There's a turret or something? Oh, there it is. Yeah. Ow. That would have been good to see. I didn't notice that before. Oh well. So I used a bunch of my tranquilizer ammo, unfortunately. Didn't have a lot of choice at that point. No. I wonder if I should be a little careless and lure him up here. So now if he comes up here, he'll get caught by the turret. Why is he red? How do they know about me? I have an idea. No, he doesn't want to come up here. Weird. Okay, whatever. You're apparently not going to do anything. I actually wonder if I should destroy that turret. There was... I don't know if I can do it now, if it's across both Burial at Seas or just when we're playing as Booker. So how do I get there? Ah! Yeah, I didn't see the hook earlier. I would have used it. But I knew I saw this Eve. Or salts. Salts and Eve are interchangeable. Alright, what's going on in here? I ain't no private dick.
Show yourself.
Lockpick. Maybe. Yeah. Get a couple. And then I'll get... Dude, that's expensive. Oh, I'm full on tranquilizer. I'll hold off. Because I might want to get salts.
Find her! Jesus, it's ripe in here. Say, somebody, fetch me a millionaire to clean this mess up.
A millionaire?
Where did she go? That did not sound right. I ain't no problem. Someone else can find her.
Alright, what do we have here? Another Fink.
Comstock promises there's nothing to be worried about. But I don't like the smell of things down in Finkton. Not one bit. If trouble rears its ugly head in the form of one cantankerous negress, I've laid in some supplies in the event of a forced evacuation. They're down in what I call my chamber of panic, near the base of my statue. I've set the code to 8371.
8371.
Somebody hiding.
Hunt you down.
All right, what do we have here? New ideas for Vigor's Amnesia byline. Forget everything you know. Marketing note. How do you plan to sell this dud? Plant peeper. Byline. Read the inner thoughts of your house plant. Marketing note. No demand for this type of product. Dead ringer. Byline. Reanimate dead loved ones and pets. Marketing note. No one wants a moldy puppy. Aw. What did he say? 8371. We're gonna find the statue, like, right there.
Oh, escape, pig!
Where did she go? Never stop fighting! Where did you go? Where did you go?
That didn't work out, did it?
Don't think you can hide from me.
Who did this?
I ain't no private dick. Someone else can find her. That did not sound right. I'll find her.
Show yourself.
Shit, what? You gonna answer for this, girl?
Who's done this? Someone about?
We're down to one. Down to one shot.
Come back here. Go private dick. Someone else can find her still warm. Who's out there?
Come on, bitch.
No surrender.
I was afraid of that.
Hunt you down.
Okay, he does get knocked out. Good.
Find her.
No!
Where are you?
I've got you.
Who is there a second guy?
Oh, escape, pig. This wasn't here before. Who's there?
Oh, nice. I needed that badly.
You'll die screaming.
Oh, that's that guy from earlier. He's still over here freaking out. Okay.
What's going on? You can't hide forever, love.
We got another one over there. This is crawling with people.
Come out, come out.
There's no survivors.
Yoink. Feel like that was worth it. Oh, that's a real bird. I don't know why it doesn't just go through the bars. It looks like it probably could.
You're gonna die.
This is like the same model we saw in Suchong's lab, but I don't know if that one was actually floating. This one looked like it was actually floating. See, it's actually like moving.
I'll kill you myself.
Are there two? Is there one this way? Because he came out of my left channel. Kind of. So did I loot this room? Nope. At least not well enough. We got slugs and stuff here. It's Fink.
Now, I know there's been some concern about the nature of the work we do here at Fink Manufacturing. Why, some say they're uncomfortable with the purported harm and suffering our research brings. But friends, let me pose a simple question. Is there anything you would not do to guarantee the health and safety of your loved ones? My interest is the future health of your children. An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure.
Alright. Seems like anatomy. Atom gland. Cells. Okay. Or no, gills. Life cycle. Dude, it's so hard to read.
There's no surviving this.
Okay. The life cycle of the sea slug is dependent on parasite-host relationship. Atom can only be obtained after implantation within a host. Not true, because in Bioshock 2 you could just pick up slugs and get a little bit of Atom.
You're gonna die.
Does this lead back up to...
Hair sample in a haystack.
No, we're good.
I'll kill you myself.
We're exploring, Elizabeth. Don't worry about it. Can I even knock him out? No. Because he was staying alert for some reason.
Daisy sacrificed herself. Set me up to kill her, to turn me into what?
A killer.
Yeah, well, mission accomplished. I'm no martyr. How did you do it, Booker? How did you...
Elizabeth, I'm not Booker.
And neither am I.
Handyman operating wing. We're gonna find a handyman? This opens. This is not that 8371. That was at the base of the statue. Yeah. Alright, can I get like 2 people with some gas or something? Oh, maybe. Wait. I got an idea. Will noisemaker it? Like, just right here. Oh, we're gonna get 4 if I get lucky.
Here I come. You're next.
Yep, I got lucky.
Well, that's enough of that business. I'm done.
Oh, I got a achievement called Twofer. I can guess that was because of the gas. They're pretty dumb to fall for that. I mean, they all gathered up around it. That's the dumb part. Not that they went to investigate it. That seems like a very obvious, like, maybe don't, you know, all gather up around the obvious noisemaker thing. Hello.
Probably a few still hiding round.
Hey, buddy. What if they woke up? What if they just... What if it was a limited time knockout? Metal Gear style.
Show yourself.
Who?
Don't think you can hide from me.
I don't think, but I'm gonna try my best. Wait, where did he go?
You gonna answer for this, girl?
Did he warp?
Come back here.
What the hell happened there?
You can't hide forever.
You might see the bodies and be like, what's up? Oh, you can't do it because of the helmet. Well, that confirms my suspicion from earlier. I swear that guy teleported, though. There's so many areas to explore. This might be a bit of a longer session than I expected, which is fine. I didn't really want to do like an hour session, but I was gonna, take what I get. Oh, these are handyman parts, all right.
Wait till I get my hands on you.
All right. Listen to this log after I take care of you. Alright, who is this? Edmund Munford.
William, it's getting so the foxes are afraid of the hens. If Fink was going to hire a bunch of goons to keep an eye on the handyman, he should have found some with less yellow in the belly. Now they're hiding away from Tin Man invalids in their precious little guard room. If you need to get in there on your shift, the code is 2847.
2847. Try to remember that. It's got to be that room up top I was looking at. What is this? Oh. These are handyman hearts or whatever. Is it actually a heart in there? Yeah, it is a heart. Okay. Never noticed that before because they are a little bit too aggressive, move around too much. I didn't take the time to explore the bodies. I wish the game would actually tell you the code without making you look back in your logs. Because I think Infinite did that, right? Or was it Bioshock 2 that did that? This is where the guy disappeared earlier, right? Went down there? Yeah. So we didn't check this room. Now let's see where this takes me. These are usually worth checking out because they can have items hidden in the vent, and they might get you into an area that you couldn't get to otherwise. Where the hell is this? So all we have in here is a turret. Now here I'm torn between destroying the turret and saving it for later. Seemingly no achievement progress. What a shame. What a rotten way to die. Yo, we could just really go all over the place, can't we? Damn.
Seems like Fink and Suchong were sharing their research.
Like the Lutesses. Cross-reality collaboration.
Alright, what do we have here? Subject possesses superhuman strength, pressure helmet, visual orbits, metallic chassis, tool, more than one type, yeah, oxygen tank. Oh, that looks a lot like Songbird, doesn't it? Prototype. Okay. Normal human in diving suit. Mechanical man. I don't really want to get the hair until we're done exploring, so I'm gonna have to come back here.
It all makes a kind of sense. The little sisters and the big daddies. Songbird and me.
Constants and variables.
Yeah, interesting stuff. I didn't pay attention to the dates. Are we getting new footage? I don't think so. Yeah, because I think you want me to go in there, and that's probably where the hair sample is going to be. Dude, why did the game start doing that? When it loads. Yeah, I'm afraid if I get the hair sample, I might trigger stuff that I don't want to do. So I'd like to finish exploring first.
Who's there?
Still breathing. Who did this?
Why did they all respawn? That's terrible.
I'll hunt ya down.
I remember the other one, I think, was 2847. But the Lazarus Project, which one was that? Oh, yeah. Oh, stay the hand. It's one of these. Where's the damn one about the statue? Because we're back at the Manta Ray Lounge. None of these line up. I don't care, I'm gonna look it up. So it's like at the base of the statue. I don't know if someone's gonna catch me from the other side.
Lousy traitors. I bet I could find them.
Let's see if I can find where the code is at, and then I'll look up where I'll just look up the code. I'm not seeing anything. That's not a helmet, that's a hood. Yeah. I'm a little confused on where this thing is at. You call it like the, not panic room, right? Something similar to that.
Can't stop me this time.
Let's try to look something up online real quick. Think panic room. Chamber of Panic. Near the base of his statue. Searched all around. It's behind the stairs next to his statue. Okay. It's at 8371. Is it right here? Oh, okay, yeah. Probably. Ooh. Iron sides, okay. Recover some Eve based on absorbed damage. This is okay, not really great. And then there was that other room up top. I might as well look into that.
Who's there? Don't think you can hide from me. Come back here.
I don't remember exactly where it was at, but we'll look around. I feel like it was this way, but I think this is where the guy was glitched out and was like... Yeah, this is where the guy was like permanently angry.
I'll find her.
Oh, is that just a... Oh, I thought it was a full-on helmet. That's fine. Alright, one more door to find. Have I gone through here? See, this place is just intertwined. It's weird. It's crazy. This is where the sample's at, isn't it? We'll come back to that in a bit. There's actually another door I'm not sure about. It's back at the bottom. I didn't see a way to open it. Alright, what's in here? Oh, this is... I know where this is at. I have 19 of those now, damn. Yeah. Please don't respawn, everybody. I didn't go that far out of here. Alright, we'll go over here. There's that other door, but I didn't see a code for it. There was somewhere... Oh, wait! That's not the sample, my bad. Alright, we know how to get there. Then that still leaves me one more that I don't know how to get to. Because we did see another door with the key, or with the combo on it, and I just didn't know how to use it. I didn't know what the combo was at the time. We got a second combo, didn't we? Let's see, because that was like 8371. What is this combo? 2847. It's a guard room. It might be closer to the handyman stuff, so we'll go check back that way after this. Hey there. I don't know if there's any other reason to come in here. No voxophone or anything? We'll do this. Ooh. Made my nipples clench. And we went in here already. Okay. I thought we found the door before getting to the handyman area. But I'm thinking I might know where it's at over here. First of all, there may be a vent in here. Oh no, this is it. This is it. Alright, what was it? 2847. Oh. He was rad. I thought he was gonna do something. Alright, what do we have here? Ironsides. You can recover health based on absorbed damage. Cool. I mean, it's cool to get the upgrades, but it wasn't super worth coming in here. But it's cool to get those, and now it's not on my mind anymore. Then I'm not thinking of much else that I need to do other than go to that area, get the sample. No patience for him. So there's two ways to get there, and I wanted to take this way. I don't remember how it gets me there. Probably just sneak right up in front. There's a pretty generous window. Yeah. My eye is itching. Alright. I can go back up to the statue room and find it, but I wanted to just try to get through here again. But now I'm going in circles. So this is where the map would really come in handy. And maybe I'm an idiot, but I press M and it pauses. I press O and we have objectives, weapons, plasmids, and audio logs. Not sure why they got rid of the map. The map wasn't the best, it should have had mouse scrolling, but it was nice. It was a nice thing to have. I swear we went from that area and we jumped out of a window and onto like a barge. Hey, buddy. So let's go in here now, not waste any more time. We want to get in there. That's my next objective. Some way to open this. Yeah, there's got to be something I can do about that. Alright, where does this lead me? I gotta find out what the other... Oh, I can't go through there. Maybe something's gonna happen once I trigger this. Oh, I took a vent to get in here. Right. Actually, I wonder if this is gonna lead me back to that big quarantine door that I just saw. We'll find out. Alright, see if we can get a hair sample. Wouldn't it be funny? We could just cut our own hair off. But I don't think Elizabeth has made the connection that this is her hair. Because he's trying to figure out how to pair Big Daddies, right? Isn't he? Like, we kind of read about that already. Or heard about it in the log. He said he wanted to get a hair sample. What the fuck? Is it gonna shock it? I think it's already dead anyway.
What is all this?
Imprinting. That's a wire mother. If you separate a gorilla from its real mother, it will imprint on almost anything. Even that.
Why would Fink care about that?
Songbird. He wanted him to imprint on me.
Well, if I recall, that was a problem he solved.
True. That's actually really sad, though. You separate a gorilla from its mother, it'll imprint on almost anything. That's really sad to me. Fuck is that? Is he gonna start breathing? Can't tell if it's a dog or something else. I think it is. Yeah, it's like a German Shepherd. I like how you could see the seam in that texture where it's mirrored. Which way do you want me to go? That way? Oh, I guess I have no choice, do I?
What's that?
It's a skeletal formula for oxytocin. That's the chemical that bonds mothers to children, women to men, and...
Songbirds to little girls?
Apparently not. Fink dismissed it as an unsuitable vector.
That just... yeah, I'll just heal and take that.
These poor things. Fink couldn't get them to imprint, so I left them to die.
Dude, that is fucked up. Lot number 344, status failure. 350, okay. 358. Got another one down there? Yeah. 361, 366, 367, 372, 379, all failures.
Imprinting failed. That can't be right. Clearly they formed a connection between Songbird and me.
How?
I was so young, I always remember him just being there.
One thing that I noticed is inconsistent. That dialogue there is a radio communication. It's a little bit different, but the voxophones are playing lower. They're completely covered up by the webcam. But when we were in Rapture, the audio logs there were actually almost not covered by the webcam. Very weird. Oh, that's cool looking. What is it? Review of all biometrics.
It must be a prototype or something.
Is it human?
Does it matter?
No, that was my question. What is it? See, I actually really like this because Songbird was never really explained very well, if at all, in Infinite. And we got we're getting a lot of information about Songbird here.
They tried hypnotherapy.
On the Songbird.
About as well as you'd expect.
There is information about the subject should experience memory loss and all kinds of stuff on there, but went away pretty quickly. Are we required to go through that vent? I think so. That'd be worth like pausing and reading what was on that paper. Oh, this is going to be important, isn't it? Completely dark room with the projector. Songbird imprinting on subject. Ooh, what the hell?
Booker. The little girl in the film. It's me. My God. Oh, I remember he'd crashed into the tower. I guess he was in some sort of fight. I waited there thinking I don't know, that something would happen, but he just lay there, moaning. I couldn't just...
The line with the thorn in its paw. So much for science.
I should have just left him there to die. I should have just... I will never escape it. Exploited, exploiting, me, Comstock, you, Sally. It's like a wheel of blood spinning round and round.
Okay, so compassion was the key all along. And here we are, hair sample.
Well, this must be the genetic sample Suchong wanted.
He sent you all the way back here for a sample of your own hair?
He doesn't know I was once the child that imprinted on Songbird. But to him, all the answers lie in DNA. Men like Suchong mistake an ounce of empathy for a pound of science.
Alright, we can start opening these up. Of course there's people here now.
It's open! See if anything's worth reappropriating. Check for stragglers. Spread out.
What's in here? Is this the Songbird? Yeah. If I go back where I came from... I'm thinking about that voxophone that was back here.
Someone's sneaking around. Here I come!
You gonna come right here? I might have just taken an easier route.
Just could use a one.
See, I can't tell if that's a helmet or not. So it looks like horns or something.
It's his fault.
What is that? Some kind of... monkey? When you think... Ah!
Might as well. The problem I have now is by taking this weird route, I don't know if I missed anything.
It's so easy.
I heard you.
Here I come. Gonna hunt you down.
Hope I got most of them.
Who's out there? Don't think you can hide
I got all of them except this guy. Somebody's physics is glitching. Glass tried to betray me. Yeah, this door open now. So this one's open now, and we can get the voxophone I wanted. I'll take it. Fink.
It has occurred to me that this breakthrough regarding the songbird casts my arrangement with the Oriental Doctor in a new light. What more could be gained by this continued partnership? What secrets that I could not answer for myself? Su Chong can only offer table scraps, and Jeremiah Fink has richer meat in mind.
So you say it's an arrangement, so at some point you actually, like, intentionally came into contact with each other? I guess I probably couldn't hide it forever as well, right? I don't even remember this room. Yeah, I don't think I checked this room. This area. Maybe I did. Oh, okay, yeah. This was closed before, but we did go that other route. Oh, this is the vent that I was required to take. Yeah. Okay, then I'm done. Let's get out of here. Maybe I missed something, but I feel like I did a decent enough job. Nope. Well, we might have to deal with them now.
Little piggy!
He's gonna turn around, isn't he?
I'll find her.
You're gonna what now? Doesn't look like it worked out so well for you, buddy. Alright, enough clowning around here. We've probably spent way more time than we need to. These guys again?
What you got there?
Dunno. Just grabbing anything that looks halfway there.
Something's going on.
Tear it all down!
For that business, I'm done.
Over here! Shake a leg!
Since when did you become Lord and Master? Used to tow for the man. Now at least I tow for myself.
So I gotta get all the way back up.
What is that? I can be useful to her too.
Man, there's so many.
Show yourself.
Comstock is going to answer for this.
You see where she went?
Not now, Daisy!
Come out, come out.
I'll hunt you down.
Alright, maybe this is fine.
You're afeard of me.
Forget it.
Yes, this is fine. Alrighty. I've got 20 lockpicks, so I'm gonna pass on that. I'm gonna get some salt. Oh, we're actually good on those, so whatever, I'll get a lockpick. Probably don't need it though. I don't know how close to the end we are, but I think we gotta be pretty close.
Let somebody else look for her.
I'll find her.
Oh well.
I ain't no private dick.
Oh, he ain't no private dick. Heard that.
Do you think Daisy really even had a choice?
What do you mean?
Right about now, I'm planting a pair of scissors in her back to protect a child she was never going to harm. She chose to die for her revolution. What about me? For all the endless worlds, all the infinite possibilities. Did I ever even have a choice? Did you?
Yeah. Booker thought he did.
Look where it got us. Right back where we started.
I thought... No. Okay.
All these infinite universes. And yet we end up just going down the same paths.
No, take your meaning.
My father sold me to settle a marker. Comstock locked me up in a tower. And I sold Sally for what? Revenge? To prove a point?
And yet, here you are, settling the debt.
And say we find her. The old past their damage to the young. Isn't it too late for her now?
Well, I'd say that's up to her to decide. Justice coming back here was up to you.
Rapture runs on children. Little girls with gold growing in their bellies. I'm not gonna break any cycle. If I'm lucky, maybe I can dent it. Just a little.
Interesting that there's just a lockpick here now. But it's a hairpin lock, so we don't actually use... Interesting. I say a lockpick. A lock. They gave us 2 lockpicks, but it says hairpin lock. Maybe it requires 1. Whoa. Oh, son of a bitch. Come on. Why do they make that so difficult? Yeah, the lockpicking game's alright, but I think it's too difficult. You don't really seem to have a way to make it easier. You have no control over where that thing slides, and your reaction has to be really quick. Wait, this is open. This wasn't open before, was it? Because I remember looking at that like, really? I can't open that? I can't pick it? Look at the dead handyman and stuff. This would presumably be from the fight. That's Fink, but where is Fitzroy? They were in the same room, right? Oh, okay. No, no, that's right. This lines up because you distract her at this window here. Yeah. All right. Wait, was there anything over here? Oh no, this is where we go.
Pretty lady has the hair? Deal is deal. Bring it to Suchong.
I had the particle to raise the department store, but still needed to know where to place it. I got an achievement called Mine Hair.
Lady put hair sample in tube. Then, business is finished.
What's going on out there?
Bloodshed, violence, but not relevant to our arrangement.
Suchong! Suchong, we had a deal, now open...
What should be... Oh, it is Ryan, yeah.
Do you know what they call someone who enters a man's home uninvited? A thief. And I do not remember inviting you into my city.
I had a deal with Suchong.
Suchong is my employee. It was not a deal he was authorized to make.
What do you want?
I granted Atlas and his thugs asylum. You serve those same men in a desire to escape from my generosity. If they shall not have asylum, then they shall have liquidation. Give a parasite an ounce of charity. He'll demand a pound.
I'm just looking for a girl that was taken from me. A little sister.
I don't claim to understand what you are, but I know that you are special. There is business we can do together. And so I give you a choice. Work for me or die with Atlas.
I'm not going anywhere without that girl.
If it's a little sister you want, that shouldn't stand in the way of commerce. I've got dozens of them.
I won't leave without her.
My men stand ready to take down the door. In 60 seconds, they will enter the room. They will either treat you as a valued employee of Ryan Industries or as a thief in the night.
Defend against the henchmen.
There must be half a dozen of them or more. I've got to get ready. Now, traps. I can use the plasmids as traps and seed the room with them. I gotta find somewhere to hide and surprise them. Take them down one by one. Booker, I'm scared.
They'll underestimate you, Elizabeth. People always do.
40 seconds. You know what I see on your face? Uncertainty. Who is this girl to you? 30 seconds. Do you know the value of the shark? Without them, the sea would be littered with the detritus of the weak. The men who come for you have much in common with those great animals. What sharks do for the ocean, these men do for rapture. 20 seconds. I will tell you something you already sense. Atlas does not honor agreements. Andrew Ryan does. I cannot save your Sally, but I can save you.
Time is up.
Time. You're not a hero. You're not even a parasite. You're just a room. And Andrew Ryan has no time for rooms.
What else you need to know?
How was that?
Shit.
Where are you? Where? Your number's up.
Well, that sucked. We got one back.
Not in the mood for this hide and seek.
Let's do another noisemaker. Let's gas them. Why is that one not even paying attention to it?
Where is she? Lady, you're working my last nerve.
This one's down for the count. We're not all easy targets, you get me?
I don't know if I can get away with this.
Stupid jerk. About got.
Thought you were gonna do it.
Where is she? Lady, you're working my last nerve. Don't.
That Houdini was a bitch and a half. Glad he's out of the picture for now. Ha! That wasn't planned.
One's down for the count. We're not all easy targets, you get me?
Come on out. You got my full attention. Don't make me hunt you down like an animal.
Why not?
Where is she? Lady, you're working my last nerve.
It's okay.
Don't make me hunt
Come
you
get
down
some.
like an animal.
Well, the music sting happened, so yeah, we're good.
Ryan. The better man won. Isn't that the only thing you respect? Now let me the hell out of here.
Sounds like all hell's breaking loose out there. What's your plan?
I can't just place the particle on the ceiling. It would just tear right through it. But every building in Rapture was submerged into the ocean on a lunette ring, connected to the junction of its load-bearing supports.
That's fascinating and all, but if you haven't noticed, Ryan sent his goons to murder us. If you're gonna pull a rabbit out of a hat, now's the time to do it.
Looks like the structural junction is in Frank Fontaine's office. If I can get there, I can float the building.
It so happens I've taken that bastard's office for my own use. I'll make sure you've access to the private elevator. Now hurry.
Would you kindly?
This is what happens. I made you a solid offer.
Wait in, boys. Time to get your hands dirty.
You left me with nothing.
It sounds like they're so close to me.
Where do you get off?
Whatever you're here for, sister. You won't get anywhere hiding.
I made you a solid offer.
Okay, I think his office is over here.
Enough.
Don't think you can. Now you're in the soup. Get back here.
Together, we'll remake the world. Hurry up and come out. I got a lot of irons in the fire.
All right.
Gotta get you out of here. Whole area's contaminated now. Who did this?
It appears. I warned you to stop following me.
Did someone get in?
Yeah, someone did get in. At this point, I'm trying to go through the whole thing stealthily.
Be a brunette. Anyone seen her? Look around.
You know what bothers me is
The rest of Atlas's crew are barricaded up that elevator shaft. When the backup arrives, we'll go in and take them out easy.
bothers me is I didn't really stop by a vending machine like I could have. Gas mask. Does that do what I think it does? And prevent me from being able to gas them?
Anyone come across this girl he mentioned?
Hmm.
Maybe Ryan got tired of footing the bill for this place.
Stupid jerk. Should have never stuck his neck out.
Here we are. The Houdini made me nervous. Speaking of.
Get in. This will hear the girl when Atlas is through. Back before happy hour.
Do I have a gas? I don't. There's nothing I can latch onto over there either. That was bad. It's okay though.
Come on out. You got my full attention.
There was a turret up here that seemed to be permanently possessed. There was a locked door.
Ran off? Now skid off my nose.
Okay, what do we have? That's useful.
Ryan should have given each of these clowns a bullet, not a prison.
Oh, this is his office? No, that was his like special room. Nice. I was afraid that wouldn't work. I'll leave some of them alive if I could just like sneak around.
They're down for the count. I know you've done it.
I made a city at the bottom of the ocean, and they thought it was a wise idea crossing him.
What's all that rumble?
I've got you cold.
Nope.
Elizabeth, you know Atlas is going to...
I know. And I'm ready.
Are you sure?
I sent myself here for a reason. Didn't I?
And who exactly are you speaking to, Miss Comstock? If I were less acquainted with the vicissitudes of genius, I suspect I would question your sanity. I know so little of you, but I imagine the more I learned, the more exceptional I would find you. You know Atlas will betray you.
And what are you? My best friend?
You're one of a kind in this world, or others. And now, your misguided sense of altruism sends you to your doom. It's like watching Isaac Newton die in a house fire, in a vain attempt to save his cat.
So we can talk about that. So this might bother people. I know a lot of people are bothered by this DLC and what it did for the overall story. I like it, but that also raises questions, and maybe this is something that does bother people. So is this saying that Andrew Ryan knew all along about these parallel worlds and stuff? Because he just said in this world or others. So these are things that were never mentioned in Bioshock and are now being kind of retroactively added into the history of Bioshock. So I think this probably bothered some people. I think he said another line there that I was interested in. I don't think I can review that dialogue though. No. Oh, he called her Comstock. So yeah, that's... I don't know where he got that name from. She could have called herself that. I mean, I couldn't imagine why she would, but... She calls herself Elizabeth. Her original name was Anna. She still calls herself Elizabeth, so I don't know, maybe. Because when she got here in Rapture, she could have gone by that name, and then now that name has spread to Ryan.
There. All the load-bearing columns come into this room and they meet there. Now just need to place the particle in that junction, activate it, and the whole structure should rise.
Anything to loot?
There's no plan B. Might as well just get it over with. Here goes nothing. It's working! Atlas, you feel that? You have your prison break. Now bring me the girl. Oh, great.
Your mom ever teach you not to put your faith in strange foreign
Just
men?
give me the girl. She means nothing to you.
You've got that right. The girl means nothing. But you, love, you mean the world.
Of course it's a betrayal. The room. Should have known Atlas wouldn't hold up his end of the deal. I don't know what it said.
No cause for alarm. She's well sedated. So, it's begun.
The Kashmir's all blown to hell. If Ryan didn't know we were back before, I'm sure now he's got the message.
What do you want with this one?
If anybody's got the line on the ace, it's her. Find out what she knows. But no quackery. She's no good to us with a halo and a set of wings.
I get started as soon as the claw form wears off. Don't see her as too tough a nut. Where's the ace in the hole?
What? What?
Where's the ace in the hole?
I don't know what you're talking about. Look, we had a deal.
Where is the ace in the hole?
I told you.
Sodium thiopental. Are you familiar? No? Truth serum. Unpredictable stuff. Too little, nothing.
I have
Too
nothing
much.
to tell
The
you.
subject
I don't
is
even know what an ace in the hole is.
I am still playing with the dosage.
This world values children, not childhood. There's a profit to be made, and men who make it.
But only a fool counts out the right-thinking folks of Andrew Ryan's rapture. Atlas's thugs have been pushed out of Point Prometheus. They're on the run in Fort Neptune. It's one thing starting a war.
Holy shit.
Folks say it's only a matter of time until Atlas's entire
red flag.
Was that the airplane?
2 weeks.
What?
You've been down 2 weeks, love. Feckin' doctors. Better off hiring 1,000,000 monkeys.
Our deal was to get you out of prison. What, did you expect me to win your war for you too?
I'd tend to your own knitting if I were you. Now, darling, being that you were Su Chong's lab assistant and all, why not tell me where me ace in the hole went to?
I don't know.
As I said, I'm no doctor. But that doesn't mean I don't find the field fascinating. I keep up on all the medical journals and the like.
I hope you have someone to help you with all the big words.
You know what part of the brain free will comes from? Stubbornness? The prefrontal lobe. Now, I think it's fair to say you're a bit of a stubborn one, are you not? A man named Steinman taught me this. He's a bit of a lunatic, but a fine surgeon. He calls this little trick a transorbital lobotomy. Take hold of her, lads.
You're wasting your time.
If you won't remain still, I can't be held responsible for what comes next. Here we go. You feel that? I'm moving the pick across your eyeball, still now, and resting it on your skull. There's about a bit over 1/4 of an inch of bone between the pick and your prefrontal lobe. And that's where this little fella comes in.
I don't...
It was just a wee tap. But I don't expect it'll take more than a few of those to reach the meat. And then we might find you a bit less the mule. Where's me ace in the hole?
I don't know.
You know what else rests in the lobe? Creativity. Individuality. Personality. In short, what makes you, you. I'm just about through now. Last chance, pet. Where is the ace in the hole?
Or what? Why do you put a hole in my head and take away my memories? You want to make me forget all this? You want to make me not care anymore? Go ahead. You'll be doing me a favor.
Ah! Bring the monster! You're a regular hero, ain't you? Can't risk ripping the only part of you that's worth a damn. Well, there's more than one way to fry an egg. Now, little one, are you familiar with the term transorbital lobotomy?
Please let her
It's
go.
a simple matter. All I need do is insert this pick into your eye.
Please, I don't know
and give
anything.
a few taps with me hand.
I don't know anything.
Better to show by example.
Please, please don't. I don't know anything. I don't know. Please.
Shh, it's okay. It's okay. Listen, it's okay.
I can't tell him what I don't know. Where are we?
You saw all the doors, and what's behind all the doors.
The ace in the hole. It's here.
Yes.
But I don't remember this place.
You've never been here.
Then how would
The memories you lost, they weren't just of the past. You saw behind all the doors.
Even the ones into the future. This is where I'm going.
If you want.
I don't like it here.
It's a bad place.
He's never gonna let me go, is he? Even if I bring him the ace, then why am I here? How if I was so smart? If I saw so much, why just send myself to the slaughter?
For Sally.
No, one day he will just rip her open and tear out her atom. All of this for nothing. Why did I do it? Why?
You have to decide.
Decide what?
To take a leap of faith. I can't tell you what you were thinking because you don't remember. But you chose to come. There. In that room.
The ace. I don't know what to do, Booker. Booker? Booker! No, please. Please just don't leave me here! Booker! Suchong's clinic. It's at Suchong's clinic.
That's a bit convenient now. Ryan's got every turret in the place tuned to me and me men's genetic code. We'd be torn to shreds before we got 10 feet.
That's right. Which is why I'm gonna do it for you. You okay with that?
Get me the ace, I'll wrap the brat in a silk ribbon. Bag her and bring her to my bathysphere. One of the lads will show you how to get inside. We'll be waiting for you where you come out. Shake a leg now. The Lord hates a laggard.
How about that? That is like probably the most infamous scene from Burial at Sea. Getting yourself receiving a transorbital lobotomy. It's fucking brutal. I love it. I have a friend who's like, I can't play that. I have a friend who hates eye-related things. He's like, nope, can't do that. But I love that scene. It's fucking brutal. Plasmid shortages loom as conflict continues. Hey, that sounds like the modern US where everything has a shortage and conflict is looming. I mean, what? So, I'm trying to remember if we had any mention of the ace. I think we did have a mention of the ace back in Bioshock, but it was not really explained. And we're still hearing a lot about the ace in the hole. We saw the, like, encoded messages and stuff. So, should be interesting to finally get some closure and some clarity on that. Issue: hydraulic fluids / gases within drill cause subject to become unreliable, unstable. Launching option to be removed from drill in future models. So we are at Suchong's lab. And she really was his lab assistant, she said, right? Or no, it was Sander Cohen. Yeah, it was Sander Cohen. She worked with him. Can't look at that. What are we listening to? No goddamn causality. No genetic link. There's the hair sample. Imprinting solution not found in genetics. If you think back to Bioshock, we actually heard an audio log about the imprinting. So we kind of know what ends up happening if you remember. Vitachamber Project, Ryan Industries. A combination of plasmids reconstructed within a field of quantum entanglement results in fantastical restoration properties. I have fast-tracked this project for immediate mass production and distribution throughout Rapture. This completes stage 1. Note, all chambers must be tuned to Andrew Ryan's specific genetic frequency before proceeding with distribution. So, that actually, we read that something about that in Bioshock, but when I think back to that, Jack was Andrew Ryan's son, and it said, like, the initial testing, it was supposed to only work for Andrew Ryan and nobody else. So, were we the only ones that could actually use the Vita chambers at that point? I'm not sure. Delta X times Delta P. Like, I don't know whatever's going on up there. Oh shit. You okay, buddy?
here what we could do.
Mr. Monster's mean. Scary. Stay away from him. He's scary.
Look, it's okay. He can't hurt anyone.
Scary.
Shh. Shh. Can you move? Can you just move a little bit for me? I don't know how to help you. I don't. No, he's just hurt. He just needs somebody to figure out how to fix him. Maybe there's some, I don't know. Is there some documentation for him around here or something? Right. Look who I'm asking.
They're like face paint. Yeah, because we saw that before at the start of Burial at Sea when they were being like their minds were being conditioned. It was very clear that they have face paint on. Because I always thought that they were just pale for whatever reason. So I think there was a desk over here that I looked at. Yeah, there was just a completely white sheet of paper, but this is what we were supposed to look at.
Encoded. Big Daddy will not imprint. If not imprint, what good is he to little sister? She no like him. He no like her. Situation is impasse. Unacceptable.
Okay. We have to look for more. What is this? Was that? Did I miss that? Frank Fontaine.
Citron? What the hell were you thinking? Drinkable plasmids? We're burning through 10 times the amount of atom compared to the injectables. And if you fail to notice, them sea slugs ain't exactly growing on trees. Switch back to the injectables and let the eggheads in marketing worry about selling it to the chumps.
See, look where the vox or the audio log was at. It was like showing up above the webcam a little bit. Like you could basically, the only thing you couldn't see was his name and the date. And I don't know why it's like that when we're in Rapture, but it's in a different place when we're in Columbia. It's like they use two different systems for it.
If stupid beasts had a half brain, they would realize they need little sister to live. Sisters secrete only kind of atom that is genetic match for them. No little sister, no Big Daddy.
That's what we need.
Scary, 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 scary.
I've got to do something.
Big monster, sick monster.
It's okay. It's okay. Please. I don't know how to help him. He needs Adam. I don't have any of that. I don't know what to do.
Going to die. Not fair. We can help. Help.
See, it went from yellow to green, which in this game means friendly. Turrets and everything abide by that rule.
Flying with the thorn in its paw.
Aw, they're like hugging him and stuff. It's wholesome. There's some weirdness happening there. Which way do you want me to go? That way? No. Yeah, it's like we keep seeing through the walls a little bit into like a void. Into like a light blue void or something. Hello. Oh, it's a shark out there. Cognitive conversion. Subject to undergo a series of reconditioning therapies. Prefrontal cortex, visual cortex. Note, all therapies have been outlined in Notebook 22A. Strict guidelines have been provided. That's Jack. That's Suchong, Tenenbaum, and Jack. Jack being the main character of Bioshock. Who I don't know if we ever really get his name, do we? I think we do once. Send to Ryan. Suchong.
Is that your puppy? She's very pretty.
Thank you, Papa Suchong.
Would you kindly?
Break her neck for me. What? Break that sweet puppy's neck. No, please. Break that puppy's neck. Would you kindly? No.
July the 12th, 1956. That's the date of that. Now, if that was supposed to be Jack, now they said that he was like genetically engineered. At the age of 1, I think, he had the muscle mass of a 19-year-old, but he was like 50 pounds, so he wasn't like as large as a 19-year-old. But if that was supposed to be Jack in 1956, then he grew quite a bit before Bioshock, because it was only a couple of years. Which, I mean, it seems like that kind of checks out, I guess. We have another Suchong thing here.
Suchong, of all the things I know this. It is in your power to be a different man. What can Ryan take from us that we have not already sacrificed at the altar of discovery? They are children, little sisters, and yes, they will forget. But you and I won't. The memories of what we have done fade only with the dimming of all lights. Tenenbaum.
Yeah, so this, of course, Tenenbaum, as we learned, definitely regretted what she did. Where's that? Oh, it's light's coming from that way. Okay. That looks really cool. I don't know what kind of, it's like tiled glass or something. I don't know what you call that, but I really like that kind of window or whatever. Do you see that on like bathrooms sometimes?
Dr. Suchong, client Ryan Industries. Very frustrating day. I can't seem to get the damn big daddies to imprint on the little brats. The protection bondage just are not forming. Get away. Maybe if I modify the genetic sequence to allow for... Get away, you filthy little shit! What? What are you doing? Get back! Get back!
And there we have it. The imprinting. We heard that exact thing as an audio log in Bioshock. This is what I was referencing a few minutes ago. In Bioshock, you actually hear that audio log of him being killed. Well, so much for the audio log.
There's the ace.
There it is. And there's the ace. So I think did we actually go into this part of the lab? I don't remember. Because I don't know how that audio log got to... I think we actually saw his body and the audio log. I don't remember the exact circumstance of how we find it. But we do hear that audio log of that exact event. They probably just reused a lot of the audio, which is cool. Because like I recognize, since I just played the game 2 weeks ago, I recognize like the dialogue is like exactly the same. Alright, let's see the ace.
This is it. This is the ace in the hole. All the pain and all of the death for this.
The game didn't decipher it. I do remember this. This is too big to not remember. Right? We're at that kind of phase. This is like not remembering, like, even if you don't play Bioshock for 10 years, this is like not remembering Would You Kindly, or with Infinite, it's like not remembering that there's multiple timelines and stuff, you know, and that you're actually Comstock the whole game. I mean, Booker and Comstock are the same person, rather. They're two different versions of the same person. This is the kind of thing, like, yeah, you play, you don't forget this. Dude, this place is going crazy.
Sister. Over here. You have it.
I have it.
Give it over then. I'm keen to get this brat off my hands.
You know what? Andrew Ryan said I was a rube. But he was wrong. I'm not the rube, Atlas. You are. We both know what happens next. Just get it over with.
Well, love, if you insist.
Ooh. Is this the airplane bathroom? What is this? It is, yes.
What is this? It's just a bunch of gibberish.
What does this say, you little whore?
Hey! What does this say?
With love, would you kindly... Yep.
Would you kindly?
We've got the activation phrase. Now all we've got to do is get that genetic freak of nature on an airplane, and Rapture's ours. Yeah!
I chose Rapture.
A man chooses, a slave obeys.
They say to save one life is to save the world entire. It is you who are their savior.
I can see all the doors. And what's behind all the doors. And behind one of them, incredibly, I see him.
It's Jack. After he saved the little sisters, right? Yeah. And Sally is one of them. That doll. Oh, that's sad. Was that doll in the little sister's hand at the ending of Bioshock? I gotta review the footage. That's a cool tie-in. From the start of Burial at Sea, they were tying in already. That's smart. How did I get the achievement paid in full? I've played this before. Yes, that's pretty wild. So we've tied in all the games now. And the idea, the question that we asked at the end of Bioshock Infinite with the song is, will the circle be unbroken? We have these like timelines that are all intersecting and everything, but Elizabeth has seemingly given up her powers. I guess like it's like a quantum superposition collapsing. They even reference quantum superposition. It's like it's collapsing in on itself. Her finger's repaired. She no longer has powers. She's back to just being a normal person. And I guess that means there are no more time hopping, no more dimensional hopping Elizabeths out there. But what that means is that this singular Elizabeth in like one timeline is all it took to trigger the events of Bioshock, because she's the one that got the activation phrase, the ace in the hole, would you kindly, and got that to Fontaine. And then we see, you know, that activating Jack, and we see him on the plane there pulling the gun out and taking it down. So he's the one, like, as we knew from the end of Bioshock, he's the one that did it. But it's crazy seeing how all of that ties together. And again, like hearing the log of Suchong being killed by the Big Daddy at the end of near the end of Bioshock, really cool. Seeing it happen here, even better. Really cool seeing how Fink and Suchong get tied together like that, where they're both, because it's like, okay, yeah, vigors and plasmids are basically the same thing, and we always kind of know that. I mean, you inject one and you drink the other in the different games, but they're like the same thing, right? So this gives the reasoning for that, why they are basically the same thing. Again, the tie, like, I was kind of being coy there. Oh, is this...
See the pyramids along
What is this?
the Nile.
I don't recognize this.
Watch the sunrise from a tropic isle. Just remember, darling, all the while you belong to me.
I'm wondering if this ties in with the story as well.
See the marketplace in old Algiers. Send me photographs and souvenirs.
Rip YouTube.
Just remember, when a dream appears, you belong to me.
Cohen's masterpiece.
And I'll be so alone.
I like that Devil's Kiss jingle. I like these credits.
Maybe you'll be lonesome too, and blue. Fly the ocean in a silver plane.
Wedding March by Richard Wagner? What?
When it's wet with rain.
I know. I remember hearing the wedding song, but I didn't know that's by Wagner. It was listed twice though. I don't know what the first one was rather.
You belong to me.
Why can't I have a slice of that pie? I remember that song. Yeah, I'm noticing a lot of these songs are not from Burial at Sea, right? Why can't I? Or was that? No, that was Burial at Sea.
Fly the ocean in a silver.
I didn't think the Devil's Kiss and Bucking Bronco and stuff showed up here though.
See the jungle when it's wet with rain. Just remember to your home again. You belong to me.
There's all these names and then just NVIDIA. All these like human names.
Yeah.
I think we got it. Can I clap?
That's cool. That's nice seeing a little behind the scenes like that. So anyway, I like this. I'm gonna go just on my own time, look at some retrospectives and stuff and kind of figure out what it is that people don't like about it, because I know a lot of people don't like what this did for the canon. I think it's some of what I touched on earlier in that this basically just told us that Ryan knew about parallel worlds. He called her Comstock. Like, he knew a lot more than we realized that he knew in Bioshock. And it's like a retroactive thing. It's retcon, if you will. I don't think they had that planned back, you know, when Bioshock came out. I don't think they had the doll planned at the end of Bioshock, but they just saw a way to link it here. You know, I think that's usually what happens with these convoluted stories is like, hey, we can make that doll significant. And it was a very beautiful tie-in, I think, there at the end with seeing that doll and Elizabeth seeing like from the eyes of Jack and then fading back to herself as the doll is now like decrepit and it's Sally, like the non-healed version of Sally, right? And as Elizabeth takes her last breath and she basically sacrificed herself for all of this. So it's crazy. I guess she was so consumed by the guilt of what she did to Sally that she sacrificed herself, and she knew, because before she made that sacrifice she knew she was giving up her powers, so that implies she would have known that the outcome was going to lead to her death just to save Sally, and that seems like pretty extreme, but oh, okay. There. That was the old man. Okay. All right. That was funny. All right. I recognize that. So yeah, that seems to be what was going on with why she committed to all this. I guess just being consumed by that guilt. But it seems extreme to be willing to take that, I'm gonna sacrifice everything, myself, everything, to save her. I mean, maybe it's not extreme, but just it is a very it's a very intense choice to make, and I think she would have known going in that she's going to die, like for real die. And again, I think it was like a quantum superposition collapsing in, that there are no more Elizabeths anymore, but that what that did, again, by her collapsing in, I guess now there's only like one timeline where all that rapture, I mean, I would assume there'd be multiple, I don't know. So here's the question, the problem is I don't know how much you want to get into like the idea of parallel universes, because that really changes things. Fiction likes to have its own way with it, and then there's the question of what parallel worlds, parallel universes look like in physics, especially with things like M theory or whatever, where you have up to like 10 or 11 dimensions in physics, and that can mean a lot of things for like parallel universes, parallel worlds, whatever you want to call it. That can mean a lot for that. So, I mean, depending on if we want to be gamey about it or if we want to take physics into account, that can mean a lot. Because if we want to take physics into account, there should still be a infinite, not really infinite, but functionally, it's such a large number that it may as well be infinite amount of raptures out there. But on the more gamey side of things, it seems like it all collapsed into one, like a wave function collapsing. And we have this singular timeline now that's back to Bioshock. And it's set up all the events for Bioshock and tied the games in together, I think in a pretty beautiful way. I like it. I am personally a big fan of it. But again, a lot of people I know don't like it. And I think it's probably because, I don't know, again, like Ryan I think is a big part of it. What do we got here? Oh, is that the plane? That's the plane crash coming in. We actually see that in the game, that a piece of the plane hits one of the tunnels as we're going through it at the start of Bioshock. All right. So as I was saying, maybe part of it's like Ryan, that they just made Ryan have all this extra knowledge that we never had any indication of back in Bioshock. I don't know, maybe people don't like that the idea of the games being tied so much together, like across time. I'm not sure what it is, so I want to look into it. A lot of people say this. I've heard the phrase like it's an unnecessary DLC, it's a mess of a DLC. I personally love it. I love the kind of tie-in, but I'm also a sucker for the idea of like, you know, a multiverse and all that, and seeing all the things intertwined. I love that kind of thing personally, so maybe I'm just the odd man out, but I really like it. I think it actually did do a lot to help the gameplay. As I mentioned, it's not perfect. The Elizabeth gameplay does have its flaws, and your weapon carry, like your ammo counts are very, very low. Actually, the same with Booker. In the DLC, your ammo counts are half or less of what they were in the base game, which is a little rough. And it's one of those things that by virtue of being as short as it is, especially part 1, you don't have a lot of time to build up like a big arsenal or anything, so you don't really have any kind of large arsenal of weapons or I mean, you got a decent arsenal, I guess. It's not too bad, but it's not like the main game where you feel like you get as powerful. So that part, like part 1, feels not rushed in a bad way, but I mean, I'm complaining about it, but part 1 to me, story-wise, was about the perfect length to set everything up. But in terms of like building up your character and all that, you don't really have a lot of time to do that. It feels a little short on that side of things. The Elizabeth side of the gameplay, I think the stealth was very well done. I think it is, again, not perfect, but it makes me think of playing games like Deus Ex or whatever, the classic immersive sim, where you now have different ways to take care of the same problems. We could have been a little more aggressive. We could have pulled out the guns, and yeah, we have limited ammo, and she's not super resilient. She doesn't have a shield or anything. So there are some problems there if you try to be really aggressive as Elizabeth, but it's the stealth option. Like, I wish the stealth was a little bit more fleshed out like that in the base game of all the Bioshock games. I mean, you have a couple of tonics in like Bioshock, that like the wrench one, where if you're like sneak up on somebody with a wrench, you do double damage or something, but it never really feels as fleshed out. And I think that the jumping up to the sky hooks and jumping down, and like, again, being able to muffle your fall, that's really critical. That helps your stealth a lot. So that extra mobility combined with the knockouts and stuff, like, I really like that mechanic. Had a lot of fun with that. And again, I mean, I think I've already said enough about the story, why I like it. I think it's fun. I enjoy it. I like seeing things like the tie-in between the different games. At such a crazy level across, you know, a multiverse, if you will. I like that. So I believe it's confirmed that there is a Bioshock 4, if you will, even though this is not Infinite. I wouldn't call it Infinite 3, because I'm a pedantic asshole. But I wouldn't call it Infinite 3 because it's Infinite. We have a Bioshock 2, and Infinite. We don't have a 3. But there's a 4, if you will, in the works. As far as I know, it is real. It is confirmed. Apparently, Ken Levine, who is the director, like, he is the guy responsible for Bioshock and Bioshock Infinite. Not 2, but he is the guy responsible for Bioshock and Bioshock Infinite. And it's like his overall story and everything. That's also part of why 2 doesn't really tie in very much. A lot, and that's part of why 2 kind of got slept on for a while, because it's not by Ken Levine. It doesn't get as much credit from a lot of people initially, but now a lot of people have come around to it and they enjoy it. My understanding, because I messaged my buddy about it recently, and he said that Ken Levine is not working on Bioshock 4. So we'll see what that means for it. I mean, these days, a lot of people think 2 is the best. So with that, you know, it doesn't necessarily take Ken Levine to make a good Bioshock game. I think Bioshock 2 had some good twists and all that, which, you know, in both the main game and the DLC. I really liked the Minerva's Den twist a lot. So there is potential, even without Ken Levine. Like, you could still make these good twists and these kind of mindfucks and all that. But I really like what Ken Levine kind of did with the 2 games he worked on, plus the DLC here. I really like what he did there and how he tied everything together. And I'm not saying that everything has to then tie together again with a multiverse, but I would love to see how a Bioshock 4, whatever it is, how it relates to the other games. Like, I think the way these games have already been done, I think it would almost be a disservice to just make a Bioshock 4 that has nothing to do with the other games. So I think it'd be cool to see, you know, what that has in store for us. But that's kind of beside the point for this game. Anything else I want to talk about? I talked about the gameplay, I talked about the story. Not much else. This game got me pretty sad a couple times. I like, you know, there's a lot of cool scenes, but when she had that moment in the elevator of like, Booker, I miss you. You were the only friend I ever had. And that was big for me because that shows a character development throughout the course of Infinite, where she went from thinking like, oh, he rescued me, I hate him, he's a murderer, okay, maybe he's alright, he tried to take me to New York instead of Paris, I hate him, okay, we'll work together reluctantly, he's the only one that can stop this, you were my only friend. Like, there was a lot going on between their relationship, and it's part of the reason that got me is that she was involved in basically the killing of, again, I think it gets complicated, I won't say every version of Booker. Somehow one version of Comstock escaped, but what they did is they stopped the baptism, which is where Comstock branched off from. That was the reborn version of Booker from the baptism. So there should be any number of other Bookers out there that didn't have the baptism and all that. So I don't know what that means, but in terms of this, but what I am kind of getting at is that she was involved in kind of the killing, if you will, of, you know, someone who she viewed as a friend, like her only friend. And to go in and go after that last version of Comstock and everything, even though she was doing it out of vengeance, at some point I think she kind of realized what she had done, and she, I don't know if regretted it is the word, but it was hitting her, you know, you were my only friend and there is no more Booker for her to talk to, right? She's on her own, she's alone now. That hit me, that like, that seriously hit me and like teared me up for a moment. And then there was another moment, I think, with there's something near the end. It wasn't the Sally part, I don't think. I don't remember what it was now. Something at the end kind of got me a little bit, not as much, but oh, well, there was another one of Elizabeth at the end being sad for like, Booker, don't leave me. I think that's the last time she actually talked with Booker. I know it was like her imagination. I think that was the last time she talked to him as well. I don't think he showed up again for the rest of the game. So that one did give me a little bit, there's a little bit of like emotions going and stuff. Yeah, I don't think I have anything else more to say. Good series. I don't understand why so many people dislike this. And I actually started watching a retrospective, but it's 3 different videos in one. And I stopped once I got to the Infinite part because he was going to talk about the DLC. So I'm going to continue that and see what he says. See what he says about it. I know, like, he did describe it as an unnecessary, that's what I was referring to, an unnecessary, like, mess of a DLC or something. And I know that's not a unique opinion to the person in that video. A lot of people felt like that, so I'd like to understand more about it. Because for me, I love it. Like, to me, this is like mandatory playing as part of the series. I'm like, this is fucking awesome. I love it. I don't really understand why someone would not like it, so I'd love to hear some opinions on that. Anything else? No, I think I'm good. So what I'm gonna do now, it took a little longer than I expected, and I know I just rambled a bit, but it's 2 hours and 43 minutes and 21 seconds into the stream. So I am gonna go ahead and call it here. And what I'm gonna do today is, I was thinking about maybe doing like a Noita run at the tail end of this or something, but no. Like on stream, but no. What I'm gonna do is something that's long overdue. Back at like the end of May, I had a festival the first 4 days of June, 1st through the 4th. So I was gone then, I got back on the 5th, then I had COVID and all kinds of fun stuff. I still like did streams during COVID, but I didn't, you know, want to record any footage while I was dealing with so much congestion and everything. So what happened is I finished Divinity Original Sin 2 2 days before that trip, and I was gonna maybe record something the day before the trip, but between like, you know, getting packed for the trip and everything, and just having work that day and all that, I didn't really have time. So I still have outstanding. I wanted to go through and record like all the other endings that I didn't do. So I'm actually gonna go ahead and do that today and get that uploaded, because I think it'd be fun. And I said I was gonna do it, and it's been over a month now. We're on the 5th of July and it hasn't been done. So it's finally time for me to get that done. That, and then I can also delete it off my hard drive too, or SSD, whatever. M.2. So I'm gonna go and do that today. So no more stream, but I will be back tomorrow, probably with Noita. I might play another game, I don't know, but I'm itching to do some Noita as well, though, so it's gonna happen. So I usually, say the same thing. I always say thank you to anyone who showed up today, whether you're lurking, chatting, masturbating, whatever you like to do while you watch the stream. I greatly appreciate it. If you're new, please consider dropping me a follow here on Twitch. You can also, if you're watching on YouTube, you're already there, good. Drop me a like, subscribe, notification bell, leave me a comment if you're so inclined. Otherwise, if you're watching on Twitch, you can go ahead and just migrate over to YouTube. I greatly appreciate it. It's all free though, follows, likes, all that fun stuff. It's all free. Doesn't cost you a dime, so thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. I normally stream, well, we'll just say this week I'm gonna be streaming every day. I'm off work all week, so I will be back tomorrow with, again, maybe Noita, maybe something else. I'll figure it out before then. But maybe around noon central, maybe a little earlier, who knows. I always post on Twitter when I go live, so you can drop a follow on there if you want. But yeah, until next time, have a good day, have a good night, whatever it is, wherever you're at, take it easy.
All stretcher.